This video is to help people, women who experience early term miscarriage. When I was looking up to try to find information about if I was having a miscarriage, most everything starts at 5 or 6 weeks and up. There wasn't really anything about earlier than that. So I thought I would do a video just to kind of help women know what I've gone through. The first miscarriage I had, I was pregnant via in vitro, and I had 2 embryos placed. And that pregnancy was at about 4 weeks when I miscarried one of the embryos. And this pregnancy that I just miscarried a couple of days ago would have been about 3 weeks. So when both times when I miscarried, my first signs was like cramping. I personally don't really have a lot of cramping with my period. So when I do have cramping, it's unusual. And I had some light spotting. The first one, the spotting wasn't very long before I lost the baby. The second one was spotting for close to a week. I was not expecting to be pregnant. I had taken a morning after pill, and I was 9 days late, but there had been occasional spotting, so I just thought, I'm also over 40, so I just figured my body was being weird, because I had some nausea and some headaches, but not, headaches aren't usual for me when it comes to pregnancy, and nausea is normally accompanied with vomiting for me. And so both times, what came out initially was like snot. Like if you are really congested, not like when you're sick snot and it's yellow, just like when you're super congested and it's like sticky, globby stuff. So it was that consistency, and it was clear, but there was blood throughout it. So that happened both times. The first time, that was it. That was all there was. And I went into a doctor's appointment, had an ultrasound, and I still had one embryo. So everything else just must have absorbed. This time, there was little kind of chunks, but not like blood clots. They were chunks of like clearer stuff with blood as well, but it wasn't like normal blood clots you get when you're bleeding. Then that snot kind of stuff went on for about a day. And and then it turned into bleeding, kind of like when you're on your period. It's, especially if you have a heavy period, it's like that, and then you start, bleeding, the blood clots and stuff that normally come out. But there is still cramping, but it's also, it's more not like sharp cramping pains, but more like cramping, like it's trying to squeeze everything out. And another thing I noticed is immediately, like within a couple hours, my belly had started to kind of feel, I don't know another way to put it, but it wasn't like really bloated. It was more like full. So that went away within a couple hours, and my breast tenderness that I had just begun feeling also went away within a couple hours. I'm still nauseous. I'm not usually nauseous on my period or anything, so but I also am achy and tired. So that's another thing to expect, is to be worn out, and my hips are really achy. And I am emotional about it, for sure. I was not, like I said, expecting to be pregnant, but I do so well with my pregnancies. I've given birth to 5 children, so it's just difficult. I felt betrayed by myself, and so whether you're wanting a baby or not wanting a baby, expect there to be emotions, all kinds of emotions. It's really a roller coaster, and I hope that this helps somebody. I didn't obviously like write down anything to say or anything. I just wanted there to be something out there to where other people like me can know, what like a 3-week miscarriage is going to look like. And I will put maybe in the comments a picture I took of one of the chunks that had come out. I know it's not something that anybody really wants to see, but when I had looked online, most photos of miscarriage were more like blood clots. So and I think it all just mostly depends on, the gestational age as to what your miscarriage is going to look like. I hope this helps.